Hey guys, it's Lucky here, and today I'm going to be giving you a barn tour of Lucky Horseshoe Stables. So it has been forever since I've done a video, and I'm really sorry for that. It's almost time for me to leave for the summer as well, so I don't know how many videos I'll put out during the summer, but when I get back in the fall, I'm definitely going to make this more of a priority. So my apologies for not doing anything for a long time. But hopefully you will enjoy this video today. So if this is the first video of mine that you've watched, there are a few things that you need to know. I use dogs instead of people. I've explained that a lot in my past barn tours, so I'm going to skip the explanation for now, just because I don't have too much space on my camera. Second, my barn has some wild animals in it, and that is because they rescue wild animals in my barn. So without further ado, I'm just going to get started. Okay, so we're going to start out in the tack room, and here it is from the top. So here we have our two little pigs, and they don't have names yet. If you guys have suggestions, I would love that. This one is a Collecta one. I actually didn't know what brand it was for a while, but he is so cute. I love him a lot. And then that one is Schleich. Over here are our saddle racks, and those are actually pretty empty right now, because as you will see, we have a lot of horses being ridden at the moment. Over here we have first aid kits and grooming kits and apples and treats and stuff. And then right there we have a guinea pig. This is our bridle rack, but all of our bridles are in use, and then we have some other stuff there. Also, I'm going to skip saying breeds just because I think you guys know, I think most of you probably know what breed of horse, like, the models I show are, and if not, I don't think it's so important, and it takes up time. Alright, so first we have Jackson, then we have Quincy, and he has a little salt lick that I made him. Here is General, here's Toronto, here is Helios, here is an empty stall, or this is Legacy stall, and this is Vogue's stall. Over here by these barrels, we have our little Shetland pony Dixie, and she's kind of an escape artist, so I think she got out of her stall again, which is why she's here. So here we have this thing. It's the new schleich fences, and I kind of use it as a paddock or an arena, like an extra little arena. So whatever scene I want to do kind of depends on what I'm using it for. So here we have Tiffany, and she is teaching a lesson to Andrew, who is out of focus. There we go. And he is riding Vogue, and they have one of those bonds that so many riders have with the horses that they ride, and I'm thinking that maybe I'll make Andrew lease Vogue or something like that. But I think they look really cute together, and I love that saddle so much. And they're just going over the trotting poles. Right here we have Delgado, and he is going to groom Casanova, a boarder at Lucky Horseshoe Stables. And then these mats, I forget what it was, but it's like for embroidery or something. But I think they look like those mats that like the grooming and washing mats and stuff, so I really like how they look. And then here we have Ruby, and she's just tied up waiting to be groomed. Here we have Maggie, and she is grazing Wishes while trying to take a picture of her. In this little pen we have our goats. So here we have Snickers, who's out of focus. Also guys, the reason a lot of this is out of focus is because I'm using setting on my camera that makes it like it doesn't zoom so well or like get in focus so well, but it gives me more space because it's a little less like the other setting is high quality, so that takes up more memory. This isn't as high, but it's the next best, so it just doesn't focus as well, so I'm not going to spend too much time trying to get stuff in focus. So here is Snickers, here's Milky Way, and there is Tootsie. Here's Fortune's stall, and here's Comet. Here we have this duck, and then our pony carriage. This is Sheila, and she shares this little stall thing with Morning Glory and Morning Glory's new foal, and I still don't have a name for that foal. I actually kind of forgot that I needed to name it. So if you guys have suggestions, those would be very appreciated. Right here we have our yearlings. So in this stall we have Dandy, and he is Sheila's yearling. And here we have Chase, and he is Ruby's yearling. Here is Scribbles, and he's trying to get his Shetland pony Arrow to jump. In this little, in these little pins, we have these two sheep, and they don't have names. We have these raccoons, and they don't have names. And then we have this deer or fawn named Amber. Here is Rowley riding our ancient donkey mare Tilly. And here we have Whiskey, and here's Tilly's stall. In this barn, we have Oreo, Sweet Dreams, and Caspian, Cookie and Disco, Starnight Sky and her filly Jewel, and Melangar and her filly Sandy. Here we have these two border fools, Milo and Sebastian. Here we have True Blue, Bullet, Aztec, Pumpkin, an empty stall, Jupiter, and Seabiscuit. In this little paddock thing, we have our two zebras. This is Rico and his filly London. And then we have this little thing, I think it's an I don't know, what is it? Might be a new, I'm not quite sure. And then that big ball for them to play with. And this one doesn't have a name. In this little paddock thing, we have Gypsy, and he's at this water trough right now. Oh, I got a lot of questions as to where I got this water trough. That's a TSC gift card holder. So he's just drinking from that, and then here's Cisco or Shire, and then they have that run and shelter. And this is kind of a work in progress barn tour actually. I never quite finished setting up my barn this year. So there needs to be another one of those run and shelters right there to block off that little opening. So just pretend that it's not open there. So here we have Buttercream. Better get in focus. Here we have Othello and Serena. Here we have Queenie, and she's actually named after a real horse that I know, who looks just like her, except she's fully grown. And then we have this little colt, and he does not have a name yet. These are all the foals that we have here that do not have parents. Like, we bought them young or something, I don't know. But they just don't have parents, so they stay out here. Over here, whoops, let me fix that and that. Okay, so over here we have kind of this petting zoo area. So here's Gertrude, our pot-bellied pig. There's Henry. There is Archie. That is Hugh, and that is Edna. Oh, and that calf, I don't know what her name is. Oh, man. It used to be Maisie, but then I changed it and made a horse named Maisie, so I don't know what her name is. If you guys have suggestions, I would really appreciate those. Here we have Fiona, and she's kind of chasing Esther, the pig, who's playing with this ball. And Esther is named after Esther, the Wonder Pig, who is like, I'm not going to go into too lengthy of an explanation right now, but she's just a really cute pig. So I follow her on Facebook. She's really cute. Here's Chester, and he is leading Scarlet. Here we have Kit, who kind of fell off her rocks. But there she is. In this barn, we have the Stablehand checking in on Apache, and Apache is one of my favorite models. He is the limited edition Icelandic stallion. I love him so much. But this Stablehand doesn't have a name yet, so again, if you have suggestions, I would appreciate those. Here we have Monty, and I love him a lot too. And then we have this little first aid kit. Here we have a picture of one of our horses, all our trophies and awards and stuff. I mean, that's not all that we should probably have here, but those are the only plastic trophies I have to put there. Here's this little shelf, and it has a ton of stuff on it, and then we have these ducklings. Here we have Shimmer, Dexter, and Sparky. And this is actually the replacement Sparky, because my first Sparky, I was trying to take some pictures at a waterfall one time with my horses. So I pulled one out, and you know how, like, if you leave them in a bag or something, they can kind of get stuck together, like their legs will get stuck. So his legs were stuck in another horse's legs. Oh God, there's a dead wasp in Kit's thing. Oh wow, I didn't notice that earlier. Wow, okay. Wow. So anyway, I pulled out a horse and he was stuck in his legs, and then he fell out and landed on the bridge and bounced off and fell in a waterfall. So that's replacement Sparky. Here's Blue Moon, and here is Aspen and her filly Sugar. Here we have this little dressage arena, and I love it so much. One of the things that my barn specializes in is dressage, so that's why we have the extra arena for it. And I wanted to I didn't want like a visible edge between this, like if I put cardboard on. So like that, I didn't want you to be able to see that. So my mom suggested that I get these bushes to put around the edges, and I did, and I just think it looks amazing. So anyway, they're just doing some training with their horses. They're doing some cavalettis here. So here is Claire, and she's riding Honey. And over here we have Sylvie, and she's riding Chelsea. Here's Emily, one of the lesson girls, going to groom September Stardust, or Ember. Here's Rufus, our main groom, and he is bringing Maisie out of the trailer, and here's Snap, waiting to come out herself. Here we have this saddle rack, and here is Gretchen, and she's going to groom her horse Atlas. Yeah, and they have grooming stuff. Here is Xena. Starting to kind of forget their names. Okay, Xena. There's Athena and Hermes. There's Pippi, and she is Ember's foal. There's Nova and her full Galaxy. Oh, knocked something down. Okay, I'll fix that later. Here is Dakota and Princey and Princess. And she's the limited edition Icelandic mare. And then in this little back room, it's like our feed room and stuff, so we have all that feed. And then we have our goat Delilah, and she has a bandage on her leg, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but that's why she's in that. Then here we have Naima. Here is Honey's stall. Here's Ruby's stall. Here's Elegance and her full Coda, and here is Eclipse and her full Rebel. Here is the jumper arena, and I love this arena so much too. Actually, I might even love this one more than that one. But yeah, so this one is much bigger, and it doesn't have bushes on the far side over there. But anyway, I still love it a lot. And I did the same thing with those along where it would be most visible. So here's Kate, and she is teaching a jumping lesson. These are some of her more advanced riders. Well, not quite super advanced, but advanced enough to be going over jumps like this. So here's Tessa, and she's riding Destiny, and they have a really special bond. Even though Destiny is not hers, I pretend that she actually has a horse, but you can't put tack on it because it's the Icelandic mare, so bridles look goofy because of the big forelock. So they're about to clear this jump. Then here we have this jump, and then here is, I think his name's Baxter, and he's riding Caramel. And then here we have Caroline, she's riding Holiday. And then we have that cute little mirror there that I love so much. And this is just kind of where we keep all of our spare jump. Then we have these little paddocks, and over here we have Teddy and Chocolate, and they're just at their little water thing. And then we have Tucker, and I pretend that they were all kind of like rescued from some abusive situation as a group, so they all have to stay together because they all love each other so much. And then here we have Simon, and he was named after a real donkey that I read a book about. It was really sweet, and it was a true story. I loved it. So it's called Saving Simon, if any of you guys want to check it out. It was really sweet. And then here is Rue, and then they have some hay there. And then here is a lesson kid. He doesn't have a name. I just kind of threw him in so I could put this horse somewhere. And this is Summer, and they are going off maybe to get groomed for a lesson or something. Here is Fortune. Here is, you know what? This guy doesn't actually have a name yet, but I really love him. He's so pretty. Actually, when the pictures were released of the new horses that Schleich was going to be doing for this year, I have to say I wasn't very wild about him, but then I saw him in person and I loved him. So he's one of my favorites. And then here is Rushmore, and here's Legacy. And then here is just a ton of junk. So that was everything that I was kind of trying to unpack and put into my barn, but I never got too far with that. I had plans to put another barn here to keep some horses, which is why there's no fence there. The barn wall was going to be here, so it would all be connected, but I never got around to doing that this year. Hopefully that'll get done next year, but next year, like I said, I'm going to make this way more of a priority. I don't think I'm going to be taking too many horses over the summer. I might take a few, but last year I didn't do too much with them because they were just in a box and they were just kind of getting scratched up. So I might take a couple and see what I can do with those, but I will be volunteering at horse parks some more, and I'll probably make a few videos of those horses. And actually, I've been taking weekly riding lessons here, which I've really loved, and I actually put together a video a while back of riding, so I might post that at some point, I don't know. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's see. Oh, I'm about to start, I actually have to start packing up my barn really soon now, because we leave so soon, but if you, you know, I'm not sure when this will get posted, but I think I will also do a tour of my schleich house for anyone that is interested in that. So when this is posted, that will probably be soon to follow. So thank you guys so much for watching, and bye!